Point Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
That is such a scary situation for any dog owner out there. Well, this is probably one of the most eventful weekends we've had in San Diego in a while. So taking a live look right now where you live over Del Mar for the San Diego County Fair, Elko, and you can see some of those low-lying clouds right now. La Jolla is still pretty cloudy out there, but nothing to worry about because those clouds will soon lift up and break apart by later this morning, paving the way to picture-perfect weather, especially for NASCAR weekend, the County Fair, and just Father's Day weekend in general. But taking a look out at Dawn Patrol over Pacific Beach, you can see about a dozen surfers out on the water. Just keep in mind there is still that beach hazard statement in effect, providing 3 to 5 footers, but the biggest risk are the dangers of the rip currents and the longshore currents as well. Over the next few days, the marine layer futurecast will be much shallower, especially as we head into the start of the work week, because we're getting a shift in wind direction with more high pressure building up into the area. So as we look ahead into the weekend, cooler than average temperatures right now. Right now we're trending about 1 degree to 7 degrees below average, but come Wednesday at the middle of the week, we're going to be up to 5 to 12 degrees above average. So lots of changes headed our way with more warming ahead in the second half of the week. So this is what's cooling us down right now. This area of low pressure that's giving us a nice ocean breeze. Again, that beach hazard statement, like I mentioned, 3 to 5 footers today, sets up to 6 feet though at times. Temperature-wise though, we are very comfortable right now, anywhere from the 60s to 50s in Ramona, 48 degrees though in Alpine. And as we look ahead into the afternoon hours, mid to upper 60s along the coast, 71 degrees in Oceanside, mid to lower 70s along the inland valleys, and 72 degrees in Julian. It's going to be a toasty one in the desert, especially as we head into the second half of the work week. 75 degrees in Alpine, 79 degrees in Santee, and mid to upper 60s for the rest of the coast in Encinitas, La Jolla, and Mission Beach. So as we look ahead into the rest of the week, this Father's Day weekend, today is going to be that day you want to definitely take advantage of the clear weather, especially with all the events happening. If you're going out to a sports bar to watch the World Cup, we're topping out at 70 degrees today. I was at PB yesterday. It was a picture-perfect day with lots of people cheering on Team USA. And looking ahead into tomorrow, that really kicks off the start of cloudy weather along the coast. But the good news is that's just going to be hugging the coastline, because it's not going to be spreading as far inland as it is going to be, or as long as it did over the past couple of days. 74 degrees by Wednesday all the way into Friday. Inland areas is going to be just a tad warmer here with sunshine from today all the way into Friday next week. But you can see here a gradual warming trend, especially as we hit Wednesday, which will be the warmest day of the week. And finally, in the mountain forecast, we're going to be in sunshine from today all the way into Friday, 89 degrees by Wednesday.
Skycam Views, sponsored by Carlsbad Solar.
If people shop for a thoughtful gift.
I do let the kids pick stuff out, so trying to gauge what they feel like is important and then try to find those things that they connect with.
According to a new annual survey from the National Retail Federation and Prosper Insight and Analytics, a group that tracks consumer data, people are expected to be shelling out a lot of money for Father's Day.
Well, it's nice that people are spending money on the fathers, because usually Mother's Day overshadows Father's Day.
I was a little bit surprised, because I thought that with the pressure that consumers under with inflation and other issues that they might cut back.
Alan Jin is an economics professor from the University of San Diego. I spoke with him about the Retail Federation and Prosper's report, which surveyed nearly 8,000 people. It anticipates Father's Day spending to hit $27.9 billion, passing last year's record of $24 billion.
It's a big number, up over 10% compared to the year before. One possibility is that we have what some people call a K-shaped economy, where people at the upper end are doing well, and then a lot of people are being squeezed into the lower end.
This new report shows consumers are expected to spend about $227 on Dad this Father's Day, compared to about $200 last year. It breaks down that some of the more popular gifts are greeting cards, clothing, a special outing, and gift cards.
You know, something I know they're really going to use, or maybe even some, I don't know if they need new socks, clothes, anything that they probably don't care to go out and shop for themselves.
Some also plan to gift an experience as well.
Experience in making memories is number one.
Jen tells me some of those experience expenses could also be a reason for such a big number when it comes to Father's Day spending.
People may be indulging in big experiences, big expensive experiences. And again, that's largely people at the upper end. At the lower end, what we found is that consumers are going to more debt. So again, people are prioritizing things that they want to celebrate Father's Day. They'll even go into debt, running up credit cards then in order to do so.
Ryan Hill, ABC 10 News.
All right, time now is 6:26, looking live over the downtown San Diego skyline. From the World Cup to NASCAR to Father's Day barbecues, it's a pretty big weekend across San Diego. The weather is cooperating as well with comfortable temperatures today, but don't get used to it. Some communities could be flirting with triple digits by the middle of the week. I'll explain coming up in your forecast next.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now, featuring Gage Salazar.
Welcome back. Well, for most people, a job becomes just a chapter of their life. But for one SeaWorld employee, it's become a lifetime. And ABC 10 News reporter Olivia Gonzalez-Britt introduces us to the woman whose story is woven into the history of the park itself and who this week just turned 90 years old.
Thousands of employees have walked through the gates of SeaWorld over the last 6 decades, but only one can say she's been there since the very beginning, and that's Charlene Manzano.
And I go by Charlie.
She's been the friendly face greeting employees at the administration building.
Then, of course, I answered the phone. Good morning, this is SeaWorld reception. How can I help you?
But her SeaWorld story started long before that. She began working here 62 years ago, a week before the park officially opened. And when she wants to take a trip down memory lane, all she has to do is open one of the many binders filled with photographs from her life at the park, something that she finds herself doing often.
Just to be looking at memories, you know, like, oh, I remember this. Sure looked nice then.
Back then, Charlie worked at the Hawaiian Punch Village, one of SeaWorld's original attractions.
Hawaiian Punch was basically my second home.
For 13 years, she welcomed guests there.
Welcome to Hawaiian Punch. This is your menu. Just be seated and we'll be right with you.
Always wearing a smile and a fresh hibiscus flower in her hair.
It just carries on. That was my signature.
A signature look that's never gone away. Over the years, Charlie's career took her all across the park. She went from food service to becoming a performer with dolphins in the Lagoon show.
Dolphins were my favorite.
Eventually, she found her spot behind the front desk.
I had to get all the food.
She's become a living piece of SeaWorld history. And this week, she celebrated her 90th birthday. And according to her, retirement can wait a little longer.
2 more years because SeaWorld will be 64.
The attractions at SeaWorld may look different after 62 years. The crowds may be bigger and the park may have changed. But Charlie's smile and the flower in her hair remain a constant. For ABC 10 News, I'm Olivia Gonzalez-Britt.
And America's finest city becomes the center of the racing world. But even if you're not headed to the NASCAR festivities, you'll still see some of the impacts it will have on our streets. Tens of thousands of extra cars are expected in Coronado because of the races this weekend. And the city is working with the Navy and Caltrans to manage the traffic surge. So the Navy is changing work shifts to keep base employees off the roads. And Coronado's mayor says locals should avoid 3rd and 4th Avenues.
It's about 40,000 more cars on Saturday and Sunday. Friday, about 20,000. So yeah, it's going to be busy.
And Caltrans is also rearranging lanes on the Coronado Bridge to help with the traffic flow. Officials recommend fans arrive up to 4 hours early for the races. And the World Cup also had the attention of San Diego sports fans yesterday, and Team USA did not disappoint. So the crowd erupted at Shakespeare Pub in Mission Hills when the Americans scored on the way to a 2-0 win over Australia. We can't show you any of the game, but the win clinches a spot in the knockout round for Team USA. They'll play Turkey next Thursday in LA.
This 10 News Pinpoint Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
I was at PB Shore Club yesterday watching the game, and the excitement was very palpable there as well. Well, earlier I showed you the sea lions in La Jolla Cove. This time I'm showing you the pelican takeover at the La Jolla Children's Pool here. Another great image by our 10 News weather watcher all-star Jim Grant, taken just yesterday actually. So incredible image right there. Also, as we look ahead into the weekend, we do have that beach hazard statement still in effect because of the dangerous rip currents and longshore currents. So just be sure that you're a good swimmer if you plan to head into the water. Currently, skies over Coronado still pretty cloudy this morning, but in just a few hours, you can expect that to lift up and break apart, paving the way to much clearer conditions by this afternoon. And over each night and morning, that marine layer will become a lot shallower. So those marine layer clouds will just hug the coastline and not spread that much further inland. So currently conditions over downtown San Diego, 65 degrees, very light breezes. If your day takes you to the San Diego County Fair today, you can see it's going to be a very nice and cool day to do so. 64 degrees at 8 a.m., 65 degrees by 9 a.m. Closer to the coast, though, you can see we're topping out at 71 degrees by 1. Eventually later tonight, 67 degrees by 7 p.m. And closer inland, we're just a tad warmer here, eventually creeping up to the mid-70s by around 3. And while you sleep, it's going to go down to the mid to upper 60s.
It was loud outside Levi Stadium as fans from Turkey and Paraguay rallied the crowd before the match. Anne Bojan came all the way from Scotland to enjoy some World Cup action. She says there is only one way to describe this experience.
Well, it was like a party.
She watched her country take a tough loss to Morocco earlier on Friday with her daughter. Carrie Bojan made a wardrobe change to support her boyfriend.
Because I've just changed from the Scotland one to the Turkey one. It was a quick change in the car there.
Many fans from Turkey and Paraguay were here to watch their countries battle, but they had many friends supporting them as well. This group had a kit made to show their love for both countries.
We love Paraguay. We were Peace Corps volunteers, lived there for 2 years. It's a wonderful country, and so we're so happy to support them at the World Cup.
The Turkey and Paraguay match had huge implications for Team USA. With the Paraguay win, the U.S. became the winner of Group D and now have a date scheduled to play at Levi Stadium on July 1st.
Oh, I would love to see them in person. Yeah, I really would. Most of my autographs on here are U.S. team members, but from back then, so always U.S.
A new tax proposal in National City would change how much businesses pay for their license to operate every year. City staff in National City proposed this as a way to help balance the budget. Now, you may have first heard about this tax through a text from the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce. It's asking people in National City to call City Council to vote no on it. I met up with the Chamber's president, Chris Cate, and he says it's the worst tax you can place on businesses since costs for everything else are also going up at this time.
There's no differential between a larger business or a smaller business. They're going to have to pay something, and they're going to have to pay something that's going to be passed on to consumers.
Now, Councilmember Jose Rodriguez has been responding to the text on social media, calling them, quote, another series of lies from San Diego Chamber of Commerce, and claiming small businesses would be impacted very little, if at all. We asked Rodriguez for an interview, and he declined. A city staff member who helped draft the proposal broke it all down for me. And right now, businesses pay a flat fee for the tax. Under the new proposal, the more money a business makes, the more expensive their license will be. And he says every single business will have some sort of increase, no matter how big or small the business is. And that increase is projected to bring in about $7 million for the city, up from just $700,000 they collect now. And this would help cut into the city's $13 million deficit. Mayor Ron Morrison says he just found out about this proposal and he does not want to rush it.
And our businesses said, yeah, we're willing to sit down and talk with you, but we don't even know what this is. And when they've asked staff hadn't had any answers for it. So that's not good governance. That's not the way to do things.
The National City is holding a special meeting on June 30th to hold the vote, and if it's approved, this tax will head to the November ballot. I am one of your South Bay reporters here at ABC 10 News. I also cover education, so if you have a story idea, you can email me at adam.campos@10news.com, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. For ABC 10 News, Madam Campos.
The sheriff's office says the Vista detention facility is aging and outdated, and with the recent report of in-custody deaths, they say the new building will address those issues. The Vista detention facility has been around for decades. It was built in 1972, and now the sheriff's office says the jail has reached the point where repairs aren't enough.
We had a consultant come and examine the jail and tell us whether we could fix the insides, basically renovate it, or what we needed to do, and the consultant came back and advised that it's at end of useful life. It's about 50 years old and needs to be replaced.
Sheriff Kelly Martinez says they're looking ahead to what the facility could look like, and they want the community to have a say in the process through forums that have been held.
For the public to understand why we're doing it and the importance of it, and the importance, honestly, of jails and the jail systems.
These conversations come as the sheriff's office has faced scrutiny over conditions inside county jails, with an independent study examining more than a decade of in-custody deaths due to overdoses, staffing challenges, and overcrowding.
One of the recommendations was that there wasn't enough space that was conducive to psychiatric evaluations and medical evaluations, medical care, psychiatric care in our facilities. That's one thing that we will be able to address with the new jail. We've done some reconfiguring of the existing jail to try to accommodate those recommendations, but it's not enough.
Sheriff Martinez says the goal is not just a new building, but a facility that is better equipped to handle those challenges.
The types of technology we have today, wireless systems and things like that, through a cement wall. So we need things like body-worn camera systems. We need things like better tech care and technology with our medical records and things like that.
While no final plan has been approved yet, sheriff's officials say they hope the community feedback will help shape the future of the Vista jail. Karina Vargas, ABC 10 News.
All right, time now is 6:40, looking live over the Coronado Ferry Landing. It's a great weekend to be outside in San Diego. We have Father's Day weekend, NASCAR, and the World Cup. We have got it all, but the weather story isn't just this weekend. Temperatures could jump 10 degrees or more by the middle of next week. I'll show you who feels it most coming up in your Super 7-day forecast.
We've all seen this temple driving on the 5 freeway. From the outside, it's definitely amazing to look at. But what makes the open house they are hosting even more significant? This is the first time since this temple was dedicated that they're letting the public inside.
Grateful that we can let you be the first ones to enter and see this after 33 years where it's been not open to the public.
After 33 years, the San Diego, California temple in La Jolla is opening its doors to the public. After extensive renovations, the temple closed in July of 2023. We took a tour inside, but we're not allowed to bring in a camera. Instead, here are pictures that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints shared with us of the work that's been done. For those of this faith, this temple is a sacred place where they can focus on their faith, where special services are held, such as baptisms and sealings, which are wedding ceremonies. Former San Diego Charger Eric Weddle attended today's event and spoke about what this temple means to him and his family.
For me, it really comes down to eternal perspective and why we are here and our purpose to serve and to be kind and to be better. And I think back to 2005, my wife and I got sealed for time and all eternity in this temple. So it's very dear to our hearts, and as members, we look to the temple for guidance.
If you are interested in taking a tour of this temple, the open house will run from June 18th